Hi, as we're wrapping up the second week here in May, we wanted to be able to give an update of what's happening here in Washington and how it's impacting us truly at home. We're very pleased this week to be able to play a very significant role in the passage of Chimney Rock legislation to be able to designate in southwestern Colorado truly one of the most unique archaeological and cultural sites in the entire United States. To be able to have that named as a national monument. I was able to pass that through the House of Representatives with a unanimous vote, where it now moves on over to the Senate, and we certainly look forward to working with our senators and hope that we'll be able to achieve action soon through the United States Senate. A very unique piece of the world, something that the entire 3rd Congressional District has in abundance. Great natural resources with wonderful people that we're going to continue to stand up and fight and protect here in Washington, D.C. This past week or so, we had a field hearing in Montrose, Colorado, where we addressed some of the natural beauty in our area, which is currently being threatened by the ravages of bark beetle as it continues to make its way through Colorado, impacting the quality of life, threatening our watersheds, threatening future, in many cases, of communities throughout the 3rd Congressional District. During the course of testimony at those hearings, we heard about the threat that the bark beetle is creating for the 3rd Congressional District and the importance of being able to have responsible access into those forests to be able to create a healthy forest. In fact, we had an interesting caveat when we were back in Chimney Rock and touring that site. We noted that the bark beetle had very little effect. Speaking with forest rangers, they noted that they had a healthy forest, adequate spacing between the trees, to make sure that they weren't competing for water, adequate sunshine to make sure that they could grow. This is what we need for healthy forests in Colorado, and the beneficial byproduct of that is being able to put people back to work. When we were in Montrose, we were in the community that has the last remaining mill in Colorado, which is currently under receivership. We received testimony that the mill, which would like to be up and operating, creating jobs and creating healthy forests, creating revenues for the state of Colorado and indeed Washington, D.C., it simply does not have access in to retrieve that timber. We're going to continue to work on that to make sure that we're going to be employing our people, taking care of our natural resources, and being able to do it in a responsible way. We're also very pleased this week that we were able to move through the full Natural Resources Committee my bill Planning for America's Energy Future Act of 2012. We moved that out with bipartisan support to the full floor. We hope to be able to have action on that over the next 2 weeks or so and move that forward. It is about America's energy future. You know, as I've traveled throughout the 3rd Congressional District, I've looked moms and dads in the eye that are having a tough time being able to fill up that gas tank. In fact, for every 1 cent increase in the price of a gallon of gasoline, it costs the American consumers $4 million per day. When we look at the actual costs of gasoline going up 50 cents, as we have seen at the price pump, we see that we're costing the American economy $70 billion. We have to be standing up for American energy certainty in this country, because it means standing up for our moms and dads who are fighting to be able to provide security for their families. This is a big cost. This is something that we can address here in our country. And rather than assuring loans for Brazil to be able to drill off of their shores, we're going to continue to stand that it's going to be responsible for this country to be able to pass things like the Keystone Pipeline, to make sure that we're responsibly developing on our public lands the resources of this nation, to ensure that we're creating security for our people and our future, and standing up for those hardworking families that are having to make some tough decisions of do they fill up the gas tank or do they buy groceries. We can get this economy moving, and that's going to be one of the solutions, again, to being able to get our people back to work with good paying jobs, stimulating growth in the 3rd Congressional District, and playing a very significant role in creating certainty for America's energy future.